Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Dublin. I'm back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm reacting to all the songs in the final of Festival da Canção. That's Portugal's national final. So let's kiki. As always, I will leave timestamps in the progress bar if you want to skip to any of the 13 songs I'm listening to today. You can slow down the video or add subtitles over here in the settings. So apologies for doing this video later than usual. There were just so many national finals this year. Plus, the semi-finals had quite a lot of songs as well. There were 20 songs, which is pretty big. By the time I was ready to do this video, one semi-final had happened, and I don't like doing videos where one semi-final has happened and the other hasn't, because then I'm watching live performances and audio clips, and it's not fair. Now they're in the final, I'll have live performances for everybody. This is one of the national finals I actually enjoy doing the most, even though it is definitely the one I get the most abuse on. I love seeing the Portuguese culture. I think their national final is has a strong cultural identity in it. But yeah, there's also lots of bossa nova songs and fado songs and saudatés and whatnot. And yeah, I find it boring sometimes. These videos always end up having like some of the most thumbs down for any of my videos in the entire season, but I still enjoy doing them. Okay, first up we have Cláudia Pascoal, who's singing Nasci Maria. Of course I remember her because she was in 2018 and I thought her song was lovely and it should not have come last. Wanna know my secret band? She's looking much more pop girly. The song's called Nasci Maria. Am I gonna look up titles? Yeah, I might as well. Ooh. Ooh, I like her parting and she's dressed as a bride or maybe a mourner. Nasci Maria. I was born Maria. That outfit is a bit questionable, isn't it? I don't mind the top. It's the kind of, it looks a bit like curtains on her hips, and then the leg warmers are a bit, it's fun, I suppose. The song's a little bit unusual. It feels like a Portuguese interpretation of a bop. Vocals sound good. And she obviously had a good experience in 2018 if she wants to come back again. Oh, Nasci. I don't know why there's 13 songs in the final this year. That seems more than normal. There were like 6 qualifiers. Yeah, really weird. There's 7 qualifiers from one semi and 6 from the other. That's really strange. Yeah, what a strange system. And it's 13 this year. Last year was 10, I believe. So some changes in Festival da Canção. This is losing steam for me. I think the imagery is kind of cool though. I think I think what Portugal needs to do is though, like, keep their Portuguese identity, but make it something that is accessible to everyone else. This doesn't feel accessible. This feels really like you need a degree in Portuguese studies to understand what's going on. I like that dog thing though, that was cute. Oh, and this dancing's cute as well. I like this buzzy sounding electronic element coming in the background. I think the Nasci Maria is a bit repetitive. She's saying it a lot. Oh, I'm such a sucker for a harpsichord. Yeah, there were some parts of that I really liked, but then there were bits where I was kind of like checked out for a long period. So yeah, it was kind of like not a great mix. Okay, next up is and I'm actually doing these in the draw that they're going to be in the final as well. That's the plus side of doing this video so late. Next up is Churky, and they're saying Encruzilhada. Makes me think of enchilada, but I imagine it's not that. That means crossroads. Definitely not an enchilada. Wanna know my secret band? Crossroads. This is very much the type of music I said it with Festival da Canção. Kind of like simple, like back to basics, earthy. His accent sounds weird to me. I wonder, is he Brazilian maybe or something? It sounds quite nasal. Oh no, this is nothing. Oh no, that's a bit harsh. It's not nothing. I mean, is that this would do nothing at Eurovision, and I just shortened the sentence by shortening it too much. This is fine, but it would do nothing at Eurovision. I think that's why he's been drawn second though. He looks a little bit like Francesco Gabbani. Does he? No, he doesn't. Just from one angle he does. Yeah, this is a bit dull for me. And I think that even the visuals are quite boring. It's just stripes. Yeah, it's just a bit too bland. Even his styling is quite bland. I feel like the crossroads he's come to is, should I be bland or blander? And he chose whatever, which one. Yeah, it's I wonder if I miss anything good from the semis. I don't see any names I recognize. Usually when people are kind of heartbroken about a song non-qualifying, they'll talk about it on Twitter. I haven't seen any of them mentioned, so. Ooh, this ending is nice. Okay, that last 5 seconds was really nice, but the rest of the song, no, the rest of the song was just really flat. Lovely, great intensity and melody at the end there, but yeah, you need to do that earlier. Okay, next up is Esse Povo, and they're saying Sapatos de cimento. I'm gonna guess that means cement shoes, and if that's correct, oh my god, if that's correct, fuck me. I got it. I've been studying a lot of Spanish, and I went traveling in Central America for 2 months. And I was doing loads of Duolingo, and in Portuguese and Spanish are quite similar. So in Spanish it's zapatos and cimento. Okay, first cimento is pretty easy. One and a bang. Okay, cement shoes. Interesting title. Something's weighing them down. What is the cement shoes? Ooh. That's an interesting beginning. Ooh. Yeah, that's very unusual, isn't it? Their costuming's alarming to me. Now, I saw the costume, I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. But it's interesting so far. That lilac to me just implies like giving up. Not like, yeah, it's maybe just throwing in the towel a little bit. I'm gonna wear lilac. Oh yeah, no, this has become what I thought it was gonna be. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like people doing a performance to raise money for charity or something, but kind of like just written quite hastily. Yeah, some of it is cute. There's some interesting elements, but it's just a bit messy. Oh, this is messy. Yeah, it has an unfinished feel in the production. And yeah, sure, again, I know someone's gonna comments is gonna tell me that this is like an ancient traditional Portuguese style of music, but people at Eurovision don't care, unfortunately. They just want to like the music. Okay, I like that sun. It looks like an orange sun that they're worshipping. That's kind of cool. Those harmonies are a bit off. I want to forbid lilac from Eurovision. I wonder if we can make that a law. Oh shit, the next song started. I didn't even know. Sorry, I was answering comments. Sorry guys, I properly zoned out there. That was just not good. Let's just be real for 5 seconds. Okay, next up is Bárbara Tinoco, and she's saying Goodnight, which I understand obviously. And I like the name Tinoco. That sounds like Orinoco Flow, which was a song by Enya. Wanna know my secret bang? Okay, looking for something to grab my attention now. I thought actually Nasci Maria was my favorite one so far. That's that dream. Okay, guys, move. Please move. Bárbara she isn't the one who won for Portugal before, is she? Who was the girl who won for them in 2020? I think it was a Bárbara. No, it was Elisa. I was way off. I wonder if she ever thought about coming back. Okay, so I think the story is she's like walking through a photograph. It's okay, where's she? This isn't working. The idea is clever, but it's too flat. I think the camera was meant to follow her there and it didn't. Don't blink. He's blinking too much. No, he's blinking. He's not even trying to not blink. He's blinking as much as possible. Yeah, it's kind of got like a thoughtful singer-songwriter feel. A song like this I think does need to have a staging concept to buoy you through. This seems like a really common sound this year. I feel like this is the second or third song that's had that sound. See, look, his blinking's very good. Oh, he's definitely in the zone. Oh, he's not, oh no, he's blinking now. They all start blinking when she comes near. Okay, I'm not gonna blink for the rest of this reaction. Out of solidarity. Can I make it through the whole song? I don't think I blinked yet. The song is good. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, the staging is actually, I haven't blinked yet. Or maybe I did. I can't remember. I'm going to blink because otherwise it's distracting me too much. Yeah, it's a photograph and that's actually a cute thing, but it could have been shot a lot better. I think the camera angles could have been a lot clearer that that's what the story was. Like that bit where they showed the guy in the blue and the girl and then she wandered off and we're just stuck looking at them. It just looks broken, like they made a mistake. So I like that they're making an effort to elevate what is a little bit of a boring song. Like, Portugal are good at doing these like soft, really tender moments. Like, I love Saudade last year. That ended up being my number 7, I think. So sometimes these songs, it's really hard to discern which of these slower songs are just kind of like dull and which actually do have a magic to them. Sometimes it takes a couple of listens. So unfortunately my phone ran out of space and cut me off at the end of Bárbara's song. I actually listened to the 5th song and half the 6th song before I realized I'm gonna do the 5th song again now, but it's not really my first reaction anymore. It's my second reaction. I'm not gonna try and act what I said. I'm just gonna go through it again and kind of re-say my thoughts. Okay, one number sticker bang. So I think You Can't Win, Charlie Brown is a very interesting title. I incorrectly guessed what contrasting would have meant. I thought it meant you contrasted. It means mute contrast. Yeah, I really like this opening visual. These blue lights on his face and this like almost like planet moon. Okay, I'm so paranoid. I have to keep checking it's actually fucking recording. Now see, I think this was a good contrast. Oh, the song's called Contrast. I think it was a good contrast for me with Bárbara's song, because Bárbara's song I find about kind of like boring, whereas this like gives me a real mood. Very soft, very lovely. That tickly guitar is gorgeous. And it kind of gives me a mood of like being on the beach for some reason. And those kind of like spacey style elements and the strings coming in are really lovely. It reminds me of Beck's album Sea Change, which had a lot of string arrangements in it. A little bit of clapping now as well, so there's like new elements coming in, it's keeping it interesting. Yeah, I don't know why, it's weird because I think this is similar to the last song, but for me it just feels much different. It feels more interesting. I'm not sure why there's such a big contrast. It could just be like personal taste. Maybe some people much prefer the last song by Bárbara. Yeah, there does feel like this very gradual build in intensity as well. And I feel like those like white lights on the side almost feel like water. It feels like the sun on the water, maybe it's sunset or something. This lighting now is really, really pretty. This blue light's coming in and it feels like those are like perpendicular angles, because they're in like, this image here is really, really pretty because they're kind of in a perpendicular shape and the lights are making perpendicular lines as well. The oranges and this like aqua blue, really, really gorgeous. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite one of them all so far. Yeah, I love the shapes that they're making with how they're arranged and the symmetry of the moons and everything. Really like the imagery is very thoughtful. Okay, into the 6th song, Voodoo Marmalade. Again, I heard half the song before my phone screwed me over. This song is called Tormento, which I thought meant storm, but it means torment. One number secret bang. I'm tormented by my stupid phone running out of battery and making me refilm reactions. Okay, so what did I think about this one? This reminds me of 1996, the girl who was from a university, I can't remember her name, but she had that little Portuguese guitar. I'm not sure it's the exact same one, but it sounds similar. And I like the background visuals, the stained glass. I don't know if it's Dia de la Muerte or if there's like a Portuguese equivalent of that. I like that singing callback. Now this sounds a little bit Spanish to me, but obviously Spain and Portugal have huge influences on each other. Portugal probably did it first. So yeah, I suppose it sounds Iberian. Styling wise, I think they look a little bit too casual. It does look like casual workday. Yeah, it's not massively growing for me as it goes on. Yeah, it's fine. It's too background music-y. I enjoy it. It feels like a cultural experience, but background cultural experience. Like the music that you play, if you were showing me like places in Portugal, like places to visit, this feels like good music to play in the background while I'm looking at those beautiful places. The song on its own just doesn't carry for me. Okay, 7th up is Inês Apenas, and she is saying Fim do mundo, which, does that mean the end of the world? Okay, let's go. One number secret bang. Let's look it up while I'm... It is the end of the world. God, my Portuguese is banging today. Oh, wait, apart from the bit, apart from the ones I got wrong. That styling is... it's a bit ugly for me. Those hair coming in the front is a bit odd, and that green, it's like a vomit neon. Yeah, not for me. Ooh, she's getting on the piano. Ooh, she's got 2 microphones. Expensive. Oh, she's good on the piano. Okay, it's building up into something boppy. I feel like there's more high energy songs than normal, is there? Is this our 3rd high energy song? Yeah, the piano bits, I kind of like them. I just don't know if I like the melody of it enough. I like that they're trying to do something on stage that's exciting. Her transitions now from one place to the other look a bit clumsy, like there's not a smoothness to it. There's like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the microphone. Does break a bit the immersiveness. I don't know if this is a Portuguese version of a girly bop, because she's starting to dance, but not fully. I wonder what a Portuguese girly bop sounds like. Oh, no, definitely not a girly bop. Okay, I like these cuts now, these fading out into a new place. Oh yeah, it's about the end of the world. It doesn't really sound like the end of a world song. Okay, pretty ending though. Yeah, let's do a quick summary now because I've done 7 songs, we've got 6 left. The standout for me so far is Contraste mudo by You Can't Win Charlie Brown. And then probably my second place would be Cláudia Pascoal. But in terms of qualifier, what semi are Portugal in? They're in the first semi-final, first half, so they really need something that stands out if they want to make it. Although, sad that they qualified with the televote last year, didn't it? It came 6th the televote, so you can't, you don't have to send something upbeat to qualify. But what was her draw? She was 10th. 10th out of 17th and she qualified 6th, so actually yeah, they can send something Portuguese and they can qualify, but it still needs to be a good song. Like Salate was a great song. Next up we have Mimicat now. This is one of the songs I've heard people talking about on Twitter. The only ones I've heard people talking about are this and Cláudia Pascoal. And I saw someone saying they didn't like the next song, World Needs Therapy. So that is literally all I've heard about a Festival da Canção. I think the stuff I've seen has been positive. I think people like this. The song is Mimicat saying Ao coração, wanna know my secret bang. What does Ao coração mean? Ao coração. It means oh heart. Ooh. That's a very Broadway beginning. Ooh. Very sassy. Kind of giving me like burlesque elements. Ooh, okay, it's definitely interesting. It's kind of giving a slight flapper feel. It's very boring now. This sounds like something from a play, a musical. Like this is the part where she's saying, I don't need him, I don't need no man. I like the background, the hearts with the cogs in it. Okay. A little bit of a Portuguese moment. I can kind of see why some people in the community are talking about it, because it's kind of a bit eccentric. It's a bit different for Portugal. I don't think we've had anything like this before. I have to admit, I don't think this is going to be my favorite. Like, I think it's an entertaining performance, but again, it feels very much like you would see in a show that you will go to, like a theater. It's not giving me Eurovision Song Contest, as in the acting, the song feels secondary to the acting. Okay, this slow, sexier moment, sultry, is cool. Big note at the end. Yeah, like there's elements about it I like. It's got high energy, it's fun, it's bouncy, it's got some like real kind of acting in it, but it also feels a little bit silly. It's so theater and Broadway. Sorry, I keep saying that, but it really is. That could fit so seamlessly into a Broadway musical, and I just don't know if that's gonna work. It'll be remembered though from the first half of the first semi-final, but I think that you want to be remembered because the song is so great, not because it felt a little bit silly and a little bit Broadway. Look, I think a lot of people are going to like that though because it's high energy, but for me personally, it's not obviously giving qualifier. Anyway, next song is Dapunksportif. That sounds German. And the song is World Needs Therapy, Wanna Know My Secret Bang. So another interesting title. I wonder if this is going to be some in English. Were any of the songs in English so far? I don't remember them being in English. Ooh. Yeah, something different. Nice to have a mix-up. Do we usually get a rock song in Festival da Canção? Okay, it's fine so far. It's got less steam than I thought it would. Actually, funnily enough, some of the slower songs I feel have more impact than this, and it's rocky. It feels like it's that same chords, like very repetitively played. And the visuals are kind of not very exciting either. I think it actually loses something from being English as well. Like, I'm sick and tired of these war games. I think if you're gonna, yeah, just sounds a little bit amateur lyric construction. It's like, stop the war, guys. Like, I think you need to maybe come up with something a little bit more artistic than that. Yeah, it just didn't do anything for me at all. I was kind of excited at the start for something rocky, and then, I don't know, just that was, I actually think some of the slower songs were more exciting than that was. Our 10th song is Neon Soho, and they're saying Endless World. Very grim titles this year. One number secret bang. I think people are trying to allude to like world problems, but in a less direct way, like cement. We had cement shoes. We had End of the World. That was pretty direct. Now we've got Endless World. We had Torment as well. It's not a very happy national final this year. I like the visuals. Ooh, that fingerprint white is gorgeous. It looks like she's wearing a big neck piece or something. Ooh, yeah, wow. Ooh, that's very, very, very interesting visuals. It looks really sci-fi, a little bit Dune. I think that would really get people's attention at the start. It almost looks like a petal, but it's like very futuristic, like priestess or something. I want it to be really, really good because I like the styling so much. I don't know if I'm hearing magic in the song. It's got a spacey, weird future feel to it, but I can't pick out a super strong melody. Yeah. I almost want to take her visual ideas and adapt them to some of the other songs because I really, really love the visual package. This song, I like that noise that kind of sounds like raindrops, but the melody, I don't really feel it. Yeah. Ooh, I kind of like the fading in and out of her backing dancers on her, overlapping. That's cool. I don't get the connection with Endless World. Is this the one that's called Endless World? Yeah. She's saying like, love me boy, love me boy. Where's the Endless World coming in? I don't think this will qualify. I think the visual package is definitely qualifying. Ooh, that's a qualifying note. The song isn't strong enough. That's sad because I love this dystopian science fiction. It's fantastic. And even simple things like that, like them being on either side at the end. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that. Okay, next up is Ivandro Povo. What song are we on now? We're on 7. I have to admit, this it feels like there's good variety this year. Ivandro Povo, one on Sticker Bang. Now, pavo, in English, pavo is a slang way of saying poverty, which means someone's poor, which is very rude. You shouldn't use it. But it actually means people. That reminds me of the Jewish memorial in Berlin. There's different level pillars. And that's a very long intro. That's 1/6 of the song is gone. Ooh. Very strong vocal there. Now this has that similar tickly feel that kind of makes me think of beaches on the Caribbean, the same as, was it You Can't Win Charlie Brown, I think. So it must be that instrumentation for me that's very evocative of that beaches. Oh, that image is really, really pretty. Ooh, it's like he's got his qubits, but then the back LED is the same, so it gives this like almost like never-ending eternity feel of all these different levels. That's very pretty. Oh, it looks like a city now. I liked it more when it didn't look like a city. Reminded me a little bit of John's Tears staging from 2021. The song isn't really going anywhere for me. This is one issue that I have with some of the Portuguese songs, is that they feel like they're one level throughout the whole thing. And that's actually why I felt Charlie Brown it didn't grow rapidly, but it did grow gradually. Yeah, songs are grabbing me. Ooh, okay, this ending now is getting more intensity, which I like. Yeah, this intensity, more anguish feel towards the end is quite nice. Like generally there were just too many parts of that in the song which were just felt very skippable. Really nice visuals, nice intensity at the end, nice anguish feel, but yeah, just too much that I just wasn't feeling. Okay, next up is Edmundo Inácio, and he's saying a festa. Wanna know my secret back? A festa, I think, means to the party. A festa. Oh no, just the party. Again, a really lovely visual opening. I feel like some people have really great visual ideas. Oh, and this is interesting as well now. Ooh. Oh, he looks lovely. I love the reds with the white as well. Very pretty. Okay, now maybe this guy's got the visuals I wanted from before, but a better song. I love this, what looks to me like a very futuristic take on Portuguese styling. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, this has got something special in it. Love these dancing with the people behind him. Okay, if he can give me a chorus now, I'm in. Come on, give me a chorus, give me a melody, please. Oh, love those ghosts behind him. He's got a lovely kind of dancer feel about how he moves as well, which is really pretty. I think musically it's enough for me now. I would like... Yeah, I think this has got enough to it. It's definitely got a very Portuguese identity, which Portugal always have. They always are very good at keeping true to themselves. I'd like to see that character come back, that character we saw at the start who we didn't get a close-up of. Looked like a nun with a beard. Vocals are really lovely. A little bit gravelly, a little bit of vulnerability. Wish that instrumentation was a little bit more prominent. Okay, extra dancers coming onto the stage now. Is he going to climax? Okay, got a nice kind of evening dancey feel at the end. I love those guys. Oh, I love their styling. It's fantastic. I think that's a real visual moment as well. You gotta be remembered, and I think that's being remembered, but not in a gimmicky way. It feels like it's part of the song. Yeah, this is really great. I love this. So far now, this is my winner with You Can't Win Charlie Brown. Yes, okay, great. I'm glad that Portugal have some options now. And then I don't know what people think about Mimicat as well, if that's another option for them as well. I don't personally feel like it's the right way to go. Last we have Sal, and they're saying Viver, which I think means to live. Wanna know my secret band? To live. Okay, it's the verb. This already sounds like a 90s Band-Aid song. Oh wait, no it doesn't maybe actually. Maybe it sounds more like... Is it mine Bohemian Rhapsody? Oh no, we're back to Band-Aid. I can see how this is a closing song. It does have that kind of end of the night closing feel. This is, yeah, I just got some people are fighting on Twitter and I was just reading it I don't want to be part of that. It's fine. It's nice enough. I think I zoned out for too much of that. I don't know how something like this would do. It's got a kind of experience. They look like an experienced group. The song is fine. If you make me compare this with the other rock group, what were they? I can't remember their name. The World Therapy song. This for me is much more entertaining, much more interesting. Visually, I felt it was stronger, and the starting was stronger, and I felt the song itself was stronger. So I'm sorry I missed that half that song. In fairness, it's the 13th song and I'm not taking a break. Usually when you're watching the show at home, you have a couple of minutes and you can go to the toilet and there's an ad break and stuff. I did all 13 songs in a row, so yeah, I didn't give that the full attention, so apologies for that. But I actually did quite like some elements of it. So what were the songs that stuck out for me the most? For me, my two winners were You Can't Win Charlie Brown, Contraste, mudo. I like the imagery, I like the shapes they're making on the stage. I like the slow build of intensity. I liked his vocal, but it was soft and smooth, but it didn't feel boring. I like the instrumentation, it felt very Portuguese to me. And I love the oranges and aquas with the space theme behind and the blue lights coming directly out. So lots of beautiful things going on there. And I also really liked Edmundo Inácio, who had this gorgeous modern red androgynous styling, plus these weird Handmaid's Tale male nurse nuns in white with their instruments. Again, really striking imagery. The song was fine. It wasn't super wow, but I did really enjoy it. I was able to sit through it very easily. And again, I think pretty much all the songs there had some degrees of Portuguese in them. I think some more than others. But yeah, I think those two that I mentioned first, they would probably be my favorite ones. Very curious to see what the Eurovision fandom likes now. Again, I've seen some spoilers. I think it's Cláudia, Pascoal and Mimicat, but let me just have a quick look. Yeah, it is. It's Mimicat, Cláudia, Pascoal, and then Bárbara Tinoco, which was the one that I wasn't feeling. Interestingly though, Bárbara Tinoco was the one I wasn't feeling, and it was immediately followed by You Can't Win Charlie Brown, which is 12th. So look, this happens every single year when I do Festival da Canção, is that one of the songs I like is like all way down the bottom and it's dead. Like the song last year, Pepperoni Pizza, I quite like that and it was literally last. So the one I like is 12th. I'm happy though to see that Edmundo Inácio is 4th. That was the guy in the red dress. I don't know really how much the Eurovision scoreboard actually correlates with what happens. I'm gonna just quickly check. Okay, so Maro was the favorite and she won. The Black Mamba were 5th and they won. 2020, Elisa was favorite and she won. Oh, and Bárbara Tinoco was in that year as well. 2019, I think that was Conan Osiris, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay, so there is a pretty, so 3 of the last 4 years, the winner on the Eurovision scoreboard has been the favorite. Now, I'm not sure if people went back and updated their Festival da Canção scores after the results were known. There's no way for me to know that. I don't know, that's a pretty strange thing to do. But yeah, so 3 of the last 4. So if it goes by the Eurovision scoreboard again, that means that Mimicat is going. I don't mind that. Again, I think that it's definitely going to be memorable. I just don't know if the song is strong enough for it to go through. But yeah, I suppose it would be something different and unusual for Portugal to send. I can't think of another entry that had that feel in it before. So I'm looking forward to the final. I'm definitely going to watch this, see what other performances kind of come alive, and then maybe have like, hopefully maybe 1 or 2 downloads. Again, that's what I thought about the 13 songs in Festival da Canção. Please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. See you in another original reaction video very soon. Goodbye. Blah, 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 blah.